Saint William of Bourges was a very humble servant of the Church, practicing heroic austerities. He joined the Cistercian Order and eventually entered the Order of Grandmount. From there, he was elected as the Archbishop of Bourges and remained there until he died in prayer on his knees. He set an example to all those around him and the church he served the virtues of holiness. He learned from his young age to despise the emptiness of the riches and grandeur of this world. William eventually abandoned worldly pursuits and joined the Order of Grandmount. He stayed at the order for some time and followed their practices with immense dedication. When he discovered that the members were no longer cordial with each other, he left and joined the Cistercians. At the Pontigny Abbey in France, he donned the habit and was soon made prior. He had a special devotion to the Blessed Sacrament and loved to spend much of his time at the foot of the altar. In 1200, William was appointed the Archbishop of Bourges. He was reluctant to accept this new appointment because it meant abandoning his solitary life of meditation and prayers. Pope Innocent III, as well as other religious superiors, encouraged him to take the position. William agreed, but continued his asceticism practices throughout the rest of his life. He always wore a shirt made from hair beneath his bishop habit and completely gave up meat. His attention to feed his flock was no less remarkable, especially in assisting the poor, both spiritually and corporally, saying that he was chiefly sent for them. Certain great men, abusing his leniency, usurped the rights of his church, but William strenuously defended them, even against the king himself, notwithstanding his threats to confiscate his lands. By humility and patience, he overcame, on more than one occasion, the opposition of his chapter and other clergy. Bishop William oversaw the ongoing building of the Gothic Cathedral of St. Stephen that had been started by his predecessor in 1195. He paid visits to the poor and sick regularly. He did not forget the imprisoned as well. He converted many Albigensian heretics and was preparing for a mission among them at the time he was seized with his last illness. He persisted, nevertheless, in preaching a farewell sermon to his people, which increased his fever to such a degree that he was obliged to postpone his journey and take to his bed. As he was preparing for a mission, he died kneeling at prayer on January 10th, 1209. In his last will and testament, he requested to be buried with his hair shirt and in ashes. There are a recorded 18 miracles during his life and another 18 after his death. He is the patron saint of the University of Paris. The stone of his tomb in the Cathedral Church of Bourges cured mortal wounds and illnesses and delivered possessed persons, the deaf and dumb, the blind, the mentally ill became sound. So many miracles occurred there that the monks could not record them all, and he was canonized 9 years after his death in 1218 by Pope Honorius III. God our Father, in Saint William, your bishop, you gave a light to your faithful people. You made him a pastor of the church to feed your sheep with his word and to teach them by his example. Help us by his prayers to keep the faith he taught and follow the way of life he showed us. Amen.